Hello and welcome. This is Sharina with Yoga Life. Thanks for joining us over here. Today we are going to go through a cooling down practice for the body to release the hips and spine. Please make sure you have a blanket or two, a bolster, and your space ready for practice. Let's go ahead and take a comfortable seat. Close your eyes and tune into your breath. Breath is the number one indication to our state of mind, so just be present with where you are. Start with where you are. Let's go ahead and open our eyes and we'll begin. We're going to start with butterfly pose. So set yourself up. You may continue to sit on a blanket to elevate the hips. Place the soles of the feet together. Open the knees out to the sides. Tilt your torso forward and place the hips in a way where the pubic bone points towards your tailbone. So it's an anterior tilt of your pelvis. This will allow our torso to come a little more forward to wherever we feel our first edge in the pose. And now when you feel that, go ahead and drop in and tune into your breath. Continue to connect to your breath, especially here as we begin our practice. Please make sure you're not pulling yourself forward with your hands or your shoulders and that your upper body is completely relaxed. Soften the hips. Breathe into where you feel the sensations in this posture. Place palms down onto the earth as we slowly press ourselves to come up and find your way back to your seat. We're going to come onto our backs now, so bring the knees together, scoot your hips forward, slide your props out of the way, you may need them later on, and we'll go ahead and lie down onto our back. Take a moment to just feel the earth underneath you. Feels so nice to lie down. And we'll bring our knees in towards our chest, drawing the thighs together. And then we'll come into happy baby pose. So open up the knees wide now. Bring the hands to the outer edges of your feet. Arms are inside of the calves, the knees, and the thighs. You can even use the arms to open the knees a little bit wider. Allow your hips to soften and relax. The back of your neck be long here, and even here, even though we're holding onto our feet with our hands, let the arms drop and be heavy, and let your shoulders relax. Allow them to soften to the earth. We'll come into a variation here of happy baby, almost like the same or similar to the first pose that we took, butterfly on our back. Soles of the feet come together. Hold on to the outer edges of the feet with your hands. Continue to soften the spine and soften the hips. I invite you here to close your eyes and listen to your breath. Drop in. Back to happy baby for a different variation. One more variation here. We'll slowly release the left hand from the left foot and place the sole of the foot onto the earth. Keep your left knee bent. Keep your side body long. We'll switch sides. Inhale. And exhale, place the right foot onto the earth. Open the left knee out to the side. Let the left thigh bone draw towards the earth. And come back to your butterfly pose one more time to reset. And then inhale, bring the knees together. Exhale, drop the feet to the earth. Release the arms back and give yourself a nice long stretch, reaching back. And exhale, bend the elbows to the sides. Please roll to your right side. Place the left palm onto the earth. Support yourself to come up. Now we're going to come forward onto our hands and knees and find our way to child's pose. Bring your hips back onto your heels, open the knees wide, release your torso forward between the space of the knees. Dropping your forehead to the earth, continuing to relax the spine. Drop into your breath. If you have sensitive knees, please place a blanket or keep the blanket underneath the body to support and provide padding. I'm going to do a variation in a moment. Continue to breathe into your upper back and soften the shoulders. Now we'll inhale and press into our right hand. Lift the torso up a little bit off the floor. Exhale, cross the left arm underneath the body, right around the chest area, so that your left hand crosses the body towards the opposite side. Drop down onto your left shoulder. Take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, let your shoulders soften to the earth. Allow yourself to fully release into the pose. Continue to keep the hips on the heels or back towards the heels. Let the sit bones be heavy. Breathe into where you feel the sensation of this posture. And now we'll switch sides. Inhale, press into your right hand, lift up to come back to child's pose for a moment. And then exhale, cross the right arm to the opposite side of the mat, dropping the right shoulder onto the earth. Here we'll do a variation where we can reach the left arm back, bending the left elbow, reach around across the low back. Let your fingers be soft here. Just a few more breaths. Again, soften where you can. Good. Inhale, press into your left hand, come back to quick child's pose to reset everything. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Then inhale, we'll come into our hands and knees for cat-cow. Exhale, press into your hands, round your upper back, drop your head. Inhale, tilt the torso, hips up. Exhale, rounding. And inhale, drawing the chest forward, tilting the sit bones up. Just move with your own breath here. Then inhale, tuck the toes. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Press down into all 10 finger pads. Take your gaze towards your navel, sit bones towards the sky. Breathe here. Good. On your next inhale, please place the left knee forward, left knee towards the outer edge of the mat, towards your left wrist. Drop the left sit bone back and down. Make sure the hips are squared. And then on your exhale, come forward onto your forearms. You may rest your forehead on the arms, or even place a bolster underneath the torso here for a variation, or come to rest onto the mat. Release the back toes, let the back toes relax. Release both hips towards the earth. Keep your focus towards your breath, especially if you notice that the mind veers away from the practice. Draw yourself back, anchor yourself to this moment via your breath. Good. Inhale, we'll slowly walk our hands back. Come back up to our pigeon pose. And then carefully move onto your left hip to bring the right leg forward and around. We're going to come into a seated twist here. So you'll place the right foot onto the earth outside of the left thigh. Right foot is flat, and you'll notice that the foot is not behind the knee. I'm actually sliding my right foot past the knee here. Both sit bones on the earth if you can. And then we'll twist to the right. Right hand is behind you, just about half a foot to a foot away from your torso, depending on your proportions. And as you inhale, see if you can roll your right shoulder back, soften the shoulders down, and as you exhale, bring the rib cage a little more to the right. Keep your face and your jaw soft. And then inhale, look forward, exhale, and release. So this is a cooling practice, and that's more of a young pose. We're not going to hold the seated twist for too long. You release your legs forward and shake them out, and you can do some ankle rolls here, which are really good. Spread the toes. We spend a lot of time in shoes every day. Let your toes be free. And now we're going to switch and go to the next side. Take a deep inhale, tuck your toes, exhale, and bring yourself back to downward facing dog. Try to straighten the legs if you can. There's no pain in your hamstrings. Lifting the kneecaps, keeping this nice and active. And then exhale, drop the right leg forward, or draw the right leg forward towards the right wrist. Since you know where you're going, let's just go ahead and settle into the side. Coming down, allowing the hips to rest. Take 3 long deep breaths here. Inhale, breathe into where you feel sensation. Exhale, soften the body even more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Deep inhale. Drawing energy in. Exhale. Let the breath out. Cooling the body down. Walk our hands back. Inhale, press into the earth, lift the spine, lift the torso up, roll onto your right hip carefully, bring your left leg forward, and now you can see the placement of the foot. The left foot is on the earth flat. Now if you have any knee injuries, you can also extend the bottom leg. So here I've extended my right leg forward. If this is a an uncomfortable position for your knees. So it's a good way to modify the pose. Inhale, relax the shoulders, roll your left shoulder back, broaden the collarbones, the space between the collarbones. Draw the ribs towards the left with each inhale. And with each exhale, keep softening the hips down to the earth. Once you're in the posture, see if you can just be present with the breath and the sensations. Good, we'll inhale and look forward, and exhale, release the pose. Again, releasing, lean back, shake out those legs, ankle rolls, spread the toes. You can point and flex the feet here. You can also walk your hands back and do a few windmills side to side with the knees. And now we're going to come into one of my favorite postures. I love doing this every day, especially at the end of the day. It's very restorative. So you'll set up your bolster behind you. Bring the bolster right up to your sacrum. You really want it to touch the sacrum. Okay? You can place a blanket on the bolster. You'll bend your knees, support yourself. Keep the abs drawing in as you lie down. So this way you are coming down with intention. So here I've pressed into my feet, lifted my hips to readjust to make sure that the bolster is underneath my spine. Open your arms out to the sides. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, really release. Can you let go? Can you surrender? Allow your body to really soften down onto the support behind you. The back of the neck here is long. Make sure your chin is not tilted up. If it is, you can place a towel or a pillow, a small pillow underneath the top of the head or the back of the head. And just relax. Good. Now inhale, reach the arms back. And as you exhale, bend your elbows out to the sides. Inhale, we'll do a little bit of yang here, a little bit of stretching and movement. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the sides. Inhale, reach back, reach the fingers back. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the sides. A few more. Inhale, reach back with the fingers. Exhale. And last one, deep inhale. Exhale. Now then we're going to do one more variation. Make fists with your hands. Inhale, bring the fists towards each other in front of your chest. Exhale, open the elbows out to the sides. And do that a couple of times to release. And now we'll just release into Supta Baddha Konasana, supine butterfly pose on our back. Fully relax now. Okay, now we're slowly going to come into one last variation, Supta Virasana. You bring the knees together, inhale, and then exhale, we'll bend the right knee, stretching out the front of the right thigh, bend the right knee back, the right toes are down. You can choose to keep the left foot on the earth or extend the left leg forward. Be careful here if you're feeling any pain or sensations in your low back, discomfort, please come back to the first posture. Just lie down with your feet onto the earth. Or if Baddha Konasana, butterfly, was much better for you, you can stay there. Making sure your hips are still squared and not twisting while you're here. Now we'll switch sides. Inhale, bend the left knee, place the foot onto the earth, release the right leg. Exhale, and just press into your right foot to lift the hip. Bring the left leg back, bending the left knee. Again, check in, make sure that both sides of the sacrum are on the earth. And please do listen to your body. This is your practice. So you do what feels sustainable and accessible. Release the right leg forward if you'd like to go a little deeper. And breathe. Relax. And we'll slowly come out now. Bend the right knee. Inhale. Exhale, release the left leg. Come back to the first position. And carefully, slowly, we'll roll over to the left side this time. Being careful to roll off of your bolster. You can spend a few breaths there before coming back up. Good. And now we'll just lie down onto our backs to give ourselves a nice release. Release the spine. Let the legs splay out to the sides, the arms release. And before we take our final Shavasana today, we're going to do one more posture to clear our back. We'll do supine twist. Inhale, bend the knees, bring the knees in towards your chest. Exhale, drop your knees to your left side, open the right arm out to the side. Reach out through your right arm. Inhale, bring the knees back to center. Press the feet into the earth. Scoot your hips to the opposite side, towards the left side of the mat. Bring the knees in towards each other. Exhale, drop the knees to the right. Reach the left arm out to the side. I love to reach as I inhale, reach with my fingers, and then as I exhale, soften everything down. Completely let go. And now we'll come back to center. Inhale. Make sure your hips and shoulders are back in alignment with each other. And exhale for our final resting pose. Release the legs forward. Let your arms release out to the sides, away from the body. Make sure you're not touching anything. Thank you so much. You can stay here if you'd like, or whenever you're ready, come back up and be ready to reconnect with your day. Namaste.